Hello Gemini, welcome to my channel 12 Seasons of Astrology. This is your 2020 year ahead astrology prediction forecast horoscope, which covers the retrogrades, eclipses, and conjunctions. I'll go ahead and get started with the eclipses. On January 10th, there's a full moon lunar eclipse in Cancer, your second house, that will oppose Mercury in Capricorn, your eighth house. It will oppose Saturn in Capricorn, your eighth house, and it'll also oppose Pluto in Capricorn, your eighth house. So gradually over the next 6 months, there's something that gets phased out or eclipsed out regarding your earned income, the way you earn money. It could be if you have a second stream of income, or even a more third stream of income, something gets eclipsed out about that. If you're working overtime hours, that could get eclipsed out. The way you're earning money over the next 6 months gradually gets eclipsed out. On June 5th, there's a full moon lunar eclipse in Sagittarius, your 7th house. That will square Mars in Pisces, your 10th house. It looks like gradually over the next 6 months, you're committed, either your marriage comes to an end, you file for divorce, or if you're in a committed relationship, that comes to an end, or if you have a business partnership with your career or just your business any type of business partnership, that's coming to an end gradually over the next 6 months. On June 21st, there's a new moon solar eclipse in Cancer, your second house. By this time, you have figured out discovered a new way to earn money. You may get a second stream of income. Your overtime hours you may start working overtime again, but there's a fresh start, a new beginning. Something that gradually blossoms and grows over the next 6 months regarding your second house of income. On July 4th of July, there's a full moon lunar eclipse in Capricorn, your 8th house. Over the next 6 months, it looks like something dealing with your 8th house gets eclipsed out. It could be your loans, look like you're paying off a loan if you have a loan. It could be your inheritance, maybe that comes to an end if you're receiving money, any type of money. Child support, that could come to an end, or alimony or shared finances. Something about your 8th house dealing with other people's money gets eclipsed out. On November 30th, there's a full moon lunar eclipse in Gemini, your first house. It looks like over the next 6 months, gradually something gets phased out, dealing with your appearance, your physique, or something about your personality. Gradually over the next 6 months, you may change your appearance, or over the next 6 months, your physique may change. You may decide to lose weight or gain weight, but something about your appearance will change over the next 6 months. On December 14th, there's a new moon solar eclipse. This is a total solar eclipse in Sagittarius, your 7th house. So it looks like you are starting a new relationship. You may decide to get married over the next 6 months. You may start a new business partnership with someone over the next 6 months. Okay, I'll go ahead and get started with the conjunctions. On January 12th, Pluto in Capricorn, your 8th house, will conjunct Saturn in Capricorn, your 8th house. Looks like there's increased activities involving your inheritance, your loans, child support, alimony, shared finances. That could be either transformed, it could be restricted, limited, requires discipline, or it could get structured over the next, on this day or near this date, within, I would say, January 6th through January 13th. Let's see the next conjunction. Jupiter and Pluto. Jupiter will, in Capricorn, your 8th house, conjunct Pluto in Capricorn, your 8th house, on April 4th, June 30th, and November 12th. Once again, it's just increased activities involving your inheritance, child support, alimony, shared finances, and loans. It's like there's the next conjunction. Saturn in Aquarius, your 9th house, will conjunct Mars in Aquarius, your 9th house. This is on March 31st. This is your 9th house, so it looks like increased activities involving your spirituality, your religion, your education, your political party or politics, something dealing with publishing, broadcasting, a legal matter, or long distance travel. And let's see, I'll go ahead and get started with the retrogrades. There's 3 retrograde. Mercury will retrograde 3 times this year in all 3 water signs. The first one in Pisces on February 16th through March 9th. This is your 10th house in Pisces. Your career, something that you have to revise, rework, revisit, redo, or restart or reset. The second retrograde, Mercury retrogrades in Cancer from June 17th through July 11th. This is your second house of earned income, so it looks like the way you earn money, whether either with a second job or overtime hours, or a second stream of money, is something you have to redo it, revise it, reset, restart, anything dealing with your second house of money. And third, Mercury retrograde is in Scorpio, your 6th house, from October 13th through November 3rd, which is election day. This is your 6th house, and something you have to redo regarding your job, your health, and your daily routine, or your pets. The next retrograde, Mars in Aries, will retrograde from September 9th through November 13th. Mars will be in Aries for 6 months, starting June 27th through January 2021. During this time, this is Mars in Aries, your 11th house. During this time, you may have to revise, revisit, redo, reset, restart, rework, anything dealing with your friends, your networking groups, your social media, or your charity organizations. The next retrograde, Venus in Gemini, will retrograde from May 13th through June 24th. And Venus will be in Gemini for 4 months, starting April 4th through August 7th. This is your first house. You may decide to change your appearance, your physique, or something about your personality changes for at least during this time frame from May 13th through June 24th. That you have to redo, revise, revisit, restart, reset. The next retrograde, let's see, Saturn in Aquarius. This is your 9th house. Saturn in Aquarius will retrograde from May 10th through September 29th. This is something that you have to, your 9th house, that you need to revise, rework, revisit, restructure, restart, reset. You may need to restructure it. It may require more discipline, restrictions, limitations, and Saturn is trying to teach you a lesson to become more disciplined and add more structure to whatever dealing with your spirituality, your religion, your education, your politics, publishing, broadcasting, a legal matter, or your long distance travel. The next retrograde will be Jupiter in Capricorn. Jupiter will enter Capricorn on December 2nd, 2019, and will stay there until December 19th, 2020. But the retrograde will happen on May 14th, 2020 through September 12th, 2020. And this is your 8th house in Capricorn, dealing with your inheritance, loans, child support, alimony, and shared finances. Once again, this is the time that you may have to revise it, revisit it, rework it, reset, or restart. Anything dealing with your 8th house. The next will be your, this is the squares, when Mars will square Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto. On Mars in Aries, your 11th house, will square Jupiter in Capricorn the 8th on August 4th and October 19th. During this time, you will have to select as an abundance of friends, networking, social media groups, or charity organizations that could conflict with your somehow with your loans, your child support, alimony, shared finances, that could cause problems, and it seems like you're dealing with it for at least August through October, at least on October 4th and once again on October 19th. Let's see, on August 24th and September 29th, Mars in Aries, your 11th house, will square Saturn and Capricorn, your 8th. Once again, there's some sort of structure or restrictions or limitations involving your inheritance, your loans, your child support, alimony, shared finances, that's conflicting with your friends, your networking groups, social media, and charity organizations. It looks like Saturn is trying to structure something, maybe structure your child support or your loans. You have to become more disciplined during using social media, or get restricted, or there's some limitations with your social media or with your friends as well. On, let's see, August 13th, October 9th, and December 23rd, Mars in Aries, your 11th house, will square Pluto in Capricorn, your 8th. So it looks like there is some transformation, changes, challenges, conflicts, possibly confrontations with your friends, your networking groups, social media, charity organizations that could interfere with your inheritance, your loans, your child support, alimony, or shared finances. But it looks like it's all coming to an end, at least by December 23rd of next year. Alright, Gemini, that's all I have for your 2020 predictions. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And also please remember to check out my other videos that I have posted. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again in the next video.